So for problem 5-6, we're looking at what we would do in the situation where we didn't have access to a VLOOKUP and we only had an option of doing an index and match, and how we would be able to solve those problems. So we're going to look at two different options, one being my date lookup, specifically the day of the week, and then the other being a grade lookup. So what I have in my documentation sheet is the number of the day of the week as well as the actual day of the week, and then my grade number, and then my letter grade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name each of these columns. So this is going to be my day number. And then this is going to be my day of the week. This is my grade number. And this is my letter grade. So for our date question, I'm going to enter my date, and then what we're going to look up is our weekday. So for my date, I'm just going to use my today function. And then from here, we're going to need to find which day of the week it is using the index and match. So we know if I do weekday, that it's going to return a number. And that number is going to match the day number that's over here. So when I start my index and match, the first thing that we want to start with is equals index, and then we open our brackets. And then what we want to look at is the array. And this is the question that you're answering is, what value do you want to return? In this case, I'm looking for my day of the week. And then what am I looking for? Well, it's that number that we talked about earlier. And how do we get our number? Well, we use our weekday function. And then our lookup array is going to be our day number. So that's where we're going to find the 5. And is that an exact match? Yes, it is. So I'm going to use a 0. Then I close my brackets, and I close my brackets one more time. And you can see that it's Thursday. And then if I change that date to November 9th, 2020, you can see that that's going to be a Monday. It's going to adjust, and that works completely fine to replace the VLOOKUP in this case. Now we're going to do the same thing for a grade. So I'm going to enter my grade, and let's say I'm doing very well and I got a 91. I want to know what that is. Is that an A? Is that a B? So I'm going to use my index and match again. And in this case, what I'm looking to return, what I want to report, what my answer is going to be my letter grade. That's the question that I'm trying to answer. And then after I put in the array for where I'm looking for that information, I start with my match function. And what I'm looking for is my 91. And I'm looking for that within my grade number. And the match type in this case, if you remember, we're going from the 1 to 51 to 61, 71, etc. So it's not an exact match. In this case, it's a less than matched. And if you look at the screen tip on the screen, it tells us that this finds the largest value that is less than or equal to the lookup value. And the array must be placed in ascending order. So it's the same as how we would set up a lookup table for a range lookup when we're doing a VLOOKUP. So we're going to go with 1 in that case. Close our bracket one more time, and you're going to see that a 91 is an A+. And if I go back to my documentation sheet, you can see, yep, 91 is an A+. And if I change that to 90, you can see it adjusts to an A. So you know that the lookup is working correctly. And that is all for that one.